So that day, on my way home, I was driving home. And at the time, I was kind of like talking to a girl a little bit. She basically set me up. She set me up, and I had to stab 2 motherfuckers that night.
111, what's up, y'all? Yo, not only do we have a special guest, we have a host. Jeff the Cesare is the host for this podcast today, and we're speaking to Moose. What's poppin', boy?
Just chilling, man. It's good to see you, dog.
Appreciate you, man. When's the last time we seen each other?
Shoot, what? I think when we did that video at the skate park, maybe?
Oh, yeah, the White Claw game. I thought we saw each other afterwards. Was
no,
it when
we did.
were skating at
Oh, that's right. Agora High.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You laser flipped that shit.
That was like a year ago. It was a while ago.
Damn, a year?
Almost.
Yeah. Fuck, man, time flies.
Yeah.
How long have y'all known each other?
Man, that's like, I don't know if you remember Moose, but, well, I mean, I've known of you since I was like 13 or something. Like
That's crazy.
Yeah, like fucking your sponsor video. Like, it was like one of the first videos I saw on YouTube. And I didn't know who you were, but I'm like, this dude's fucking crazy. But I think I met you at this school in the valley. It had it's near Silmar. It has like a big 3-block. It used to have a rail.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't know if you remember that day.
I do remember that day.
I just got done skating there, and you were like just going in there with your crew, and like we kind of just like said what's up on the way out.
Yeah, and the primitive squad was there too, right?
I don't remember that. You were with like Austin Lamb. And,
it might have been a different
you talking about the filmer?
Yeah.
Lambo
Austin, yeah.
I cracked that nigga head one time with my skateboard on that.
Yeah, he said that in the comments. I'm like, what is he talking about? Yeah. I want to hear that story.
Yeah, no, it was pretty fucked up and shit. But did you used to look up to him at all? Anything like that?
For sure.
Yeah.
No, like not even no sucking up or anything. Like you seriously like one of my favorite skaters growing up, dude.
Fuck yeah,
for
man.
real.
Yeah.
It's a trip
you,
trip to like skate with you now. It's fucking crazy.
It's funny you say that because you're actually one of my favorite skaters now.
Oh wow.
Oh shit, this is a great. We go cheers to that. Hold on. You know what we do? We always drink on the motherfucking podcast. Cheers. We got a cheers. Boy over here.
I just want to let this be known. I don't condone drinking. You know, I had a problem back in the day, but once in a while, it's okay. It's all about moderation.
Of course. People saying I have a problem right now in the comments and shit.
Well, they're just looking out.
Yeah,
you know?
But they don't see how much water you're drinking in the background. You know?
Yeah,
you know
I need to drink some more water. How do you like moderate it now?
You know, I mean, if like I'm gonna have dinner out with friends after a sesh, I'll have a beer or two.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But then I cut myself off.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, I just kept going.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
Was it like a situation where you were drinking and it was just like you couldn't stop, or?
It's more just depression and just trying to like mask it, I suppose. But
I feel
but
that.
I overcame it. I'm good now. I feel great. I feel healthy.
Shit.
And like I can appreciate a beer now when I drink it.
Yeah, at the right moments, at the right time.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we got a bunch of questions for you that we wrote on the way over here. Thanks to Jeff, because I was like, Jeff, help me out with these motherfucking questions.
Nah, this is cool, man. Yeah. Like I was saying, this is like a treat for me because these are like all the questions that I've wanted to ask you on sessions, but I don't want to be the annoying little kid like, oh, when'd you do this? Where'd you do this? Where'd you do that? Like, you know.
Wait, deadass? You haven't asked them any of these questions?
No, I mean, I have like kind of like, you know, throughout the time I've known them, I've thrown some of these questions out, but like now, like I can like we can really get in depth with answers and shit.
Oh, it's going to be great. Okay, so that being said, I want you to start off with the question.
All right.
Start out with the best question you want to ask.
So, I mean, you told me like the list that on here. Okay.
Which we might be backtracking a little bit because I
remember the first question I put on here and it's not there anymore. Is that?
Oh, then let me ask that.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we do it right.
Why the fuck is your name Moose?
Moose.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. I mean, it's actually kind of weird. I was like 13 years old and Oxnard Skate Park had just opened up. And for some reason at the time, I just, little kid shit. I used to love carving animal names on my grip tape. And it was always a different animal name. I had like turkey, chicken, dog, fucking quail, whatever. And like every time it was a different one. And like, back then you just change your sheet of grip.
Yeah.
You don't change your board. You just keep taking it off, putting on new ones. Anyways, it was the grand opening to Oxnard Skate Park. And it just happened to be Moose. I just put Moose on there. And the only reason why I was inspired to put Moose on my grip tape, You guys ever seen Invader Zim? That old
Yeah.
cartoon on Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
They had an episode called A Room with a Moose. And I thought it was the funniest shit ever, dude. I was just like, oh, that was so cool. I'm like, my next fucking grip tape is going to be moose. So I carved moose in big ass letters across the whole thing, man. And I take my time carving that thing. So it was all pretty and nice, you know?
Yeah.
And then I just happened to be the grand opening at Oxnard Skate Park. I went over there and I just started shredding, dude. And at the time, my crew I used to skate with, they all quit.
Damn.
And I was like 13 at the time, you know what I mean? So, you know, they all started doing their own thing. So I'm skating by myself and I was just hyped that we had a new park. Started shredding it. And like all the older cats, they're probably like 18, 17, something like that. And like one of my homie Ronnie was just, he wasn't my homie at the time. I didn't know him, but he was just like, hey, yo, kid. Hey, yo, bro, trying to get my attention. Basically just to tell me like, bro, you're good at skating and all this. And I just didn't, there was so many people there.
Yeah.
I didn't even like turn my head or nothing. He's like, hey, yo, moose board, moose kid. And I'm like, oh, what?
And you responded?
Yeah, because I knew I had moose on my grim. Like, oh, that's me. And like, he's like, hey, bro, you're pretty good skating, man. You should come skate with us sometime. And like, my crew all quit, so I was just like, dude, I'm fucking down. You know, I was so hyped. And I remember the next day I went to the skate park and there they were. And then like, he's just like, what up, moose? And I'm just like, fuck. It's like, that's not my fucking name. And I got all pissed. I got super pissed. And they all started giggling. And then like he went up to his homies and I know what he told him, just like, hey, start calling him Moose. He doesn't like it.
Yeah.
And so like the other homie came by and he's just like, hey, I heard you're Moose, man. Good to meet you. I'm like, that's not my fucking name, man. I started getting so mad.
Damn.
And they just started laughing. And the only reason why it stuck is because I hated it so much and thought it was hilarious.
I think it sounds cool.
Dude, after that, I was Moose.
Yeah.
That was it.
Well, shit, you got to shout out that nigga for real, bro. Because you had pro models that was saying Moose on there, right?
Yeah, now I do, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
looks
I don't
sick.
think any of your boards actually say your real name on it, do they?
No, not really, no.
Wait, what's your real name if you don't mind me asking?
Luis,
Luis.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
So you could have been like chicken or turkey or elephant.
Dude,
or
I know.
snake.
Who knows what animal? Who knows what animal would have been on my board that day, right?
Flamingo.
At least moose is like pretty
Elephant.
cool.
I mean, I like it now, so that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of a beast ass name. Like moose. Like, have you ever seen a moose in real life?
Yeah, they're huge.
They're fucking intimidating, bro.
I know.
That's a beast ass nickname.
You seen a moose in real life? I can understand you because you live in fucking Africa. And you from,
I live in LA.
well, you was born and raised in New Jersey,
Jersey.
right? You was in that type of
Yeah,
area.
but no, they don't have moose over there.
Oh, then what the fuck I'm talking
But
about?
I've seen them in like zoos and shit. They're fucking huge.
I've seen videos. Yeah, they're pretty big, but
So where are you from?
I'm from Oxnard, California.
Yeah?
Yep, born and raised.
Nice. When did you get into skateboarding?
I think I was 10 years old.
Oh,
Yeah.
everybody started at the age of 10. When did you start?
Yeah, 10.
Bro, this is fucking crazy. How did you get into it though? Did like a friend introduce you? You was watching skate videos? Like,
My older sister, Monica,
oh, nice.
yeah, she was just like, she had a girlfriend at the time and she just like, she liked to skate or they were trying to skate or whatever, you know? And she just showed it to me one day and was just like, hey man, I should try to learn tricks on this thing and blah, blah, blah. And like kind of put it in my head, you know? And like, I'm like, all right. And it's like, this is how you ollie. Like she actually kind of knew how to ollie, but couldn't ollie, but she explained it like right. And I'm like, okay. And like, if you're scared, jump in the grass when you do it. You know what I mean? And I just practiced. I looked up to my sister so much, man. So like
that's
when she told me to
amazing.
do something, I'm like, I'm gonna do it, you know? But yeah, but to be honest, I'm a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater kid. 100%.
Same
Yeah.
Cause
here.
yeah, cause like when that happened, like after a while, I kind of got over it. Back then it was just like riding a bike. It's like, oh, it's just a toy kind of thing, you know? And then when that game came out, that's when I was just like, man, people actually do this shit. Like, fuck. And
Which one was your favorite?
That's when I was hooked. Two for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mine
two was
was
my favorite.
Underground too.
Well,
That was a good one too, though. Yeah. it was
I think, I don't know. I think 2 was my favorite as well, just because like I think it was such an upgrade from the first one. It was like like the music was super good.
Yep.
The levels were way better. I don't know. Just out of all of them, it just seems like the best overall. Even though it's like older, I don't
Is
know.
that why you be triple flipping and 360 inward hill and everything in the world?
I know.
I mean,
it's a video game shit.
no. I mean, did we address that in the other podcast I was on?
I don't know. We was lit.
I don't know. I'll mention it sometime why I do those tricks. But yeah.
Dude, it was always that intro for me, man.
Oh yeah.
Rage Against the Machine. When I first put it in and I turned it on, I was like, oh, my mind was just taken to another world.
And the cool thing about those games was like the incentive was if you win, you get to see the pro videos.
Yeah.
And that's
I forgot about that.
Yep.
There was another way you could watch shit too back then like that. That's great. That was smart.
That was sick.
Yeah.
It's a good way to get kids into skating.
That being said, what was your favorite pros? Like, who would you use? And
Rodney Mullen.
Rodney Mullen?
Every single time, Rodney Mullen was my favorite one. I mean, I love them all, though. You know what I mean? Like, they all, like, the way I grew up skating was a part of every single character. You know what I mean? There was that one thing they did that I was just like, I got to do that. I got to do that. I got to do that. And it kind of molded me on the way up. You know? Like,
That's true.
But Rodney Mullen was my first pick.
But was he your favorite skater, period?
At the time, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Then who did it turn to? Was it just always him or?
It started with Rodney Mullen, and then I got a little older, saw some more videos, and then Chris Cole hit me pretty hard.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Chris Cole is crazy.
The back three flip came from Chris Cole.
Damn.
Like, I wanted to learn that because of him.
That's one of your questions.
I was going to ask about that, dude. Like I was saying, when I was, just a little kid on YouTube, for some reason, your like sponsor video was one of the first videos I ever saw on YouTube.
That's crazy.
And I saw, I mean, it was a good video all around, but your last trick was that back three flip on the loading dock spot. And I'm like, at that time, like the only other person I saw do that trick was Chris Cole. And I'm like, that was bigger than the one I seen him do. And I'm like, that's fucking crazy. Who is this guy? And that just like really, really caught my attention. So I wanted to know why or how you even went about learning that trick.
Yeah, explain that day.
Chris Cole, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, that was Chris Cole. Yeah. I saw him do it in New Blood. And like, at the time, I was really good at back threes. And like, I don't think I've ever said this before, but like, I learned back threes because of Shaun White. Like, I remember because of Shaun White.
I did not expect that.
Yeah, dude.
What you mean by because of Shaun White? You just like looking at the shit?
I was watching the X Games one time on ESPN, and I was young, dude, like probably like 13, 12 or something. And he like won the contest doing a 720. And I was just like, damn, I want to spin like that.
Wait, on a skateboard or a snowboard?
No, on a skateboard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was doing vert. And he won the contest doing like a fakey 720 or some shit. And I'm like, man, I just want to spin. I remember right after it ended, I'm like, I had this little like plastic launch ramp, I went in my backyard. I'm like, I got to learn how to just jump and start spinning. And I just fucking bat in my backyard for days and hours just trying to figure it out. And I just got him down one day.
Wow.
And that's what brought the back three. But then later on, I saw the back three flip from Chris Cole. And then I wanted to learn how to back three flip. And yeah, that's what brought,
What was the biggest thing he back three flip?
Carlsbad?
No, he didn't land it.
No, he did. He broke his board.
That's right. He did.
He hand dragged, but
I forgot about that.
counts.
That counted. That counted for sure. Wasn't clean.
Sneak disc. No.
Nah. Shout out that nigga. What were your favorite brands growing up?
Rodney Mullen's brands. Enjoy.
Yeah.
That was the first one. Enjoy. I love Circa shoes so much.
Damn, me too. It's the same shit for me.
Dude.
Then almost for me.
I skated the D3s because my sister bought them for me one Christmas, and I was just like, what? And I tore them up so bad, dude, and started putting tape on them. I tried to make them last as long as I could, but I don't know.
It makes sense why you were saying you like shoes with no board feel.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's what it was, man, probably.
Wait, what do you mean you like shoes with no board feel?
Do you know what the D3s are?
Nah.
Oh, my God.
What? I'm sorry.
You're a little younger. But they're like, dude, that was to this day, I think that's the number one selling skate shoe. Osiris made them.
Yeah, they're just really fat.
They're ugly shoes, but like back in the day, that's what was like popping. Like everyone had a pair. Everyone had it. They were like the Janowskis now. Everyone had a pair.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I can't stand fat ass shoes at all.
Shout out Dave Mayhew. That was his shoe.
Besides that, what about trucks?
Trucks? Yeah, I don't know if do you guys remember monster trucks?
I do.
No.
Remember that? And it had like a pair of eyes with the logo. It's just like eyes kind of like looking all
That
crazy.
sounds sick as hell.
Monster truck.
They're pretty cool.
But at the time, like I didn't know anything about quality and like all that shit. I was a little ass kid. I'm like, damn, those just look cool. I wanted them. That and Tensor. Rodney Mullen. Rodney Mullen.
Yeah, I used to fuck with that shit.
Yeah, it had that little plastic thing where you could slide better. on like on the base plate. It had that little plastic piece, and I thought that was like, oh, my slide's so much better now.
They always got some crazy technology with.
I think I got a package from them one time because I was cool with a rep at. I'm gonna say this name wrong. Dwindo, right?
Dwindo. No, that's right. Yeah.
Dwindo. Cool. How are you gonna say that?
Because I'll be saying stupid shit fucking wrong. I know you on Deathwish, but besides all that, what were all your sponsors back then when you was on Deathwish?
When I was on Deathwish, it was Shake Giant, Deathwish. I was on Bones for a little bit when I was on Deathwish, but then I moved to Spitfire.
Okay.
And then, damn.
Were you on Thunder?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Thunder Trucks.
Yes.
Yeah, Thunder Trucks. And
Audio? Fire.
No, I feel like I was just like gravitating with a shoe sponsor at the time. I kept getting shoes, but like nothing really worked out. I was on Supra for a little bit. Audio was the first one, Supra. And then they were actually going to offer me like some money and put me on the team. And like, but I was on Audio at the time before it went out of business. And then they went out of business right in the middle of like our discussion. And they decided like, oh, we're not going to pay you. We're just going to send you shoes.
That's
I was
fucking
like,
annoying.
Dude, I was so bummed. Like, you just offered me $1,000 a month and all of a sudden like nothing. And I'm like, oh, I was so bummed. That's like, I don't know. I started getting a feel of how the industry kind of works at that point.
Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry. I was just pissed off. I was just like, you fucking lied to me. I was just like, dude, you fucking lied to me.
It's fucking annoying.
You know what I mean? Don't tell me you're going to do something for me and then not do it,
That's how they fucking work out here. How did you get on Deathwish?
Buster Bale.
Was that shit that you back there on the fucking 17,000 stair rail? Dude, I remember seeing it. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was pretty insane. Because I remember, I would watch those contests or the recaps of them back when I was in Jersey. Because like, I'm not out here to go see that shit. And like, I remember seeing the back three over the rail. And I think, Sheckler, like, he like dominated that contest, but like that back three, I was like, holy shit, that was like the best trick of the whole contest.
Let me just say something real quick. I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but Sheckler showed up late. The contest was already going for like 10 minutes and we're skating. He showed up, no warm-ups, no nothing, and then started doing all those tricks.
Wow.
And I couldn't believe it.
That motherfucker, that's like, intimidating.
Dude, I just remember being like, yeah, he deserved it. He deserved it for
Sheckler's Sheckler for a reason.
So were you trying to go over the rail or?
So yeah. So like so we showed up with the Bones team. I wasn't even gonna back three. I wasn't even gonna skate in the contest.
Yeah, explain that day.
I was on a trip with the Bones team, we went to SF and like we were skating. We were there for like a week before the contest happened. And then it's like we're gonna go to the contest, just watch, Yeah. And on the way everyone's clowning like moves back three. I'm like, oh no, I'm not gonna what the fuck? You guys are crazy. It was kind of like a joke going around in the van, We show up, we start watching it and like I thought it was just going to be a pro contest, and we're just going to be there and watch it. And then I remember Jake Phelps, before the contest started, he got on the mic. He's like, hey, if any one of you motherfuckers think you could jump down this stair, you're in the contest too. And then the whole Bones team were just like, dude, Moose, try it. I'm like, fuck, all right, I'll give it a shot. And I didn't even try to back three it right away. I tried to kickflip it first. And I kept sticking and slipping out, kicking and slipping out. I tried it for like a minute, trying to just kickflip it. And then I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just go for the back three, Started going for it. And like the first couple of tries, I was just trying to do the staircase, And like my ass landed like an inch away from the rail. Like I almost just landed on the rail. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So like I wasn't intentionally trying to go over the rail, but I'm like, you know what? I got to just go extra fast in case I got to clear over it.
Yeah.
And that's all I did. It just went faster. You know what I mean? Fuck. And it just happened to kind of float over it when I did it.
So how many tries did that take?
Not that, maybe like 20. Like
he said not that many. I would have been dead.
Jumping down 16, 20 times, that fucking adds up.
You know how that shit go.
But I was young, bro. I was made of rubber back then,
Yeah. Explain that spot though. Was it cracks in the beginning? Was it rough?
So like what they did, so it's a 16 stair, but they added an extra stair to make the run up better. And it was just like a really long like piece of wood that went down, like made it more flush,
Okay.
So like they gave it an extra stair, but it was good. They fixed the ground, everything. They fixed the rail. It was actually perfect.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But after that happened, after I landed that, just randomly 2 weeks later, we went to Hollywood High School. And like we were just we were done skating. We skated all day. Everyone's burnt. And we just happened to be driving next to Hollywood High, and everyone's like, "Hey, you guys just want to go look at it?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go check it out. Fuck it, we're done."
Why not?
We roll up, and there's Andrew Reynolds barrel heeling it, trying to barrel heel it. We all were just like, "Fuck yeah, let's just sit here and watch." He fucking lands it, goes into the fence, whatever, and it's just like, damn, they're done. And we're like, all right, now we can go look at it. And we walk up, we start looking, and Reynolds is just like looking at footage with Beagle, and he looks at me, he's like, "Hey, you're Moose, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like, I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm Moose."
That's me. I'm a Moose.
He's just like, it's like, "We skated Buster Bell, remember? Barrel heeled, I saw your back three." I'm like, no, dude, yeah, I remember you. Of course.
That's amazing.
He's like, he didn't even like, he's just like, "What do you think about this?" He's like, "Tell me what you think about my barrel heel." And I'm like, "Sure, dude." And like, I'm watching the footage, and he's just like, he goes into the fence though. He's like, I was like, "Dude, that was perfect." He's like, "Yeah, but I kind of want to go past the fence." And I'm like, "Sure, dude, whatever. I thought it was great." And then that was it. And then after a minute, he's just like, "Hey man, like, so me and my buddies started this new company called Deathwish. I don't know if you've heard of it, but we're trying to look for new riders. Like, would you be interested in that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, bro. Like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, come on, man." Like, yeah. And like, it was so crazy because like, I just didn't believe it. I was just like, "Yeah, whatever, dude. Okay." He's like, I'm down. He's like, "Let me get your information." I gave him my number. And even then, I remember walking down the stairs, and the Bones team manager comes up to me, and he's just like, "Hey, what did he tell you?" He's like, "Oh, he wants me to ride for his new company, but I think he's just being nice, whatever." Like, I just didn't believe it. I didn't. I remember leaving, just being like, that was cool. I got to see Reynolds, Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until he actually called me like 3 days later. I remember because like, I'm not a morning person at all. Yeah. Like, I just my phone just kept ringing and ringing. And I was just like,
he was calling over and over.
Dude, and I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to answer it. And like, this is back when we had flip phones. And like, I was like, fuck, all right. And I answered it, and it's like, "Yo, is this Moose?" And I'm like, "Yes." And it's just like, "It's Andrew." "Andrew who?" He's like, "Andrew Reynolds." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, man. Like, what's going on?" He's like, "Oh, I just need your board size, your shirt size." I'm like, "Oh, he really meant it."
He
really fucking meant it.
Man.
And I was like, "Oh, it's this." And then I hung up, and I'm like, that's when it hit me, bro. I just went running around my house. It's like, "No fucking way."
Yeah,
my family's like, "What's going on?"
Such a surreal moment.
It was insane, bro.
So after that, so they'll just give you boards every month and shit like that?
I mean, they were hooking me up though, like 12 boards every fucking time I asked for
12 skateboards?
Holy
like a
shit.
box of clothes, dude. Like, I was just like, damn, like, I think I made it. I'm
like, yo, we on it. I feel that. So after that, how did you go on trips with them at all? Did you film?
So yeah, after that, we started filming together around, I actually back 3'd Hollywood 16, like right when I got on.
Okay, now what? You was just too hyped, huh? You just like, fucking, I'm gonna go in,
or I wanted to do it.
Okay.
And like, I kind of told, like, I actually back 3'd Hollywood twice.
What you mean?
I went the first time, and I back 3'd it with like my homies and my homie filmers and shit. Yeah. And I landed, and I power slid and put my hand down.
Okay.
I did a little 540 thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically I told them like, damn, I did it, but it wasn't that good. And they're like, oh fuck, he actually went for it. Like, hey, come back 2 weeks from now, and like, let us film it. Like, and then Squad showed up, but like, Back 3 on Hollywood is actually the first clip I ever got for the Deathwish video.
And it was your last trick.
And it was my last trick, yeah.
That's
Crazy.
such a good feeling. Like, I already got my banger.
Don't worry about it.
Pressure's off.
All right, so you're hella fucking good at back threes. What is a good tip coming from you on how to back three?
Well, one thing I've noticed is I back 3 different than a lot of people.
What you mean?
I feel like a lot of people just scoop and spin with it.
Okay.
I pop a fat back 180 and then try to whip the last part.
Yeah, I do notice that.
And I never noticed that till one of my homies like pointed it out. Yeah. I was just like, it's like, dude, the way you back 3 though. And like, I'd hear people comment and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck they mean. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I just like pop it really hard and then spin. So it just makes it look more floaty or something, I guess.
Do you think that helped you with like bigger sets or distance?
I mean, it's just the way I did it.
It's just the way you fucking do it.
Yeah. And it's funny because like people would always be like, why don't you do back 3 lips? You know what I mean? You're so good at back 3s. And it's like, I noticed that people that do that trick scoop it.
Yeah.
So it's way easier to scoop to a rail like that.
That's
It's
true.
like I don't scoop it. So like I don't have enough time to spin to get on it the way I do it. And like I just never was able to do it. I'm like, I can't do it.
That's interesting.
So when you do the back 3 flip, is it like a backside flip and then?
Yeah. It was always a backside flip first. And then I just make sure my shoulders are ready to take the other whip around, you know?
Do you think you get back 3 flip the 16 now?
Nah, man. That was back in the day. That's back when I was a youngster, man.
Bro, that'd be fucking insane.
But
I thought about it. I'm not going to lie. I did think about it at some point in my life.
Speaking of big back 3s, you were speaking a little earlier. You said you wanted to back 3 El Toro at one point. What happened with that?
Oh, yeah, that's right. So right after Buster Bell, I was skating with the Bones team like a lot, you know? I was the Bones team manager, and I told him, like, dude, hey, I think I want to back 3 El Toro. And he just looked at me. He's like, bro, if you back 3 El Toro right now, like, you can never back 3 anything ever again in your life. Like, don't do it. And
so
I'm like,
He said,
what?
don't do it?
Yeah, he didn't want me to do it. And I was just like, fuck. Like, but at the time I was so young and like coming up barely, like I listened to everything he said.
Yeah, of course.
He's my team
Yeah.
manager. It's like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
of course.
all right, fine, I won't do it, you know, like whatever. But like, I look back at it now and I'm like, bro, like, fuck. Like, I can't do it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't do it now, but
Why he cockblock you like that? What the hell, Toro?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I mean, I'm trying to understand his point of view. I'm like,
I think he was like thinking like he might blow out his career if he did, like he's gonna hit his peak if he does that or some shit.
Sounds so dumb to me.
That is dumb.
That sounds so dumb.
It's like, fuck that. You could have been that dude that had the one other trick on El Toro.
Dude.
Now that shit ain't there now.
Always been a little curious because, you know, Deathwish has their hijinks and antics and stuff. Any crazy stories or like favorite team members when you were on or anything like that?
I just remember a lot of cocaine.
Damn.
All right.
That's how they
Not
so good.
everybody, not the whole team, but like
Yeah.
just a lot of cocaine. And I just remember like little hiding spots.
Yeah.
Or a little baggie right here, a little baggie over here.
Oh, them
Just
niggas
be
was-
pulling out of the little crevices of the van. Just like, oh, let's do some, they call them beaks. Let's do some beaks. Let's beak it up. Just
That's
like,
a weird
fuck,
ass
man.
name to it.
And I remember at the time was Brian Herman and like Antoine. They're always just on a sick one, dude.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I think we're in Texas, like in DJ Screw's neighborhood, you know, and they're all stoked about it. And
Yeah.
they found scissor. Like, let's just do some scissor, bro. And they started like, I remember just, you know, I was young at the time. I didn't even know what the fuck that was. That's how I learned what it was, you know? And like,
Did they say like that too, Scissor?
yeah, scissor. And like, it was like this honey yellow looking shit, liquid. And they're just like, they drinking it. And I'm like, I'm sober as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
This is before I started drinking. Like, I just kind of started fucking with weed a little bit.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just sitting there like, damn, those dudes look like they're on something weird, man. It's just like,
Especially
fuck.
Antoine.
And like, but you know what? It was good times, man. Like, even though they were fucked up, they were just being so, like, they're all nice, cool. It was all family, you know? Like, that's what I loved about Deathwish is, I like Deathwish then, though, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and especially Antoine. Like, Antoine just, you know what's funny is Antoine actually hated me at first.
Oh,
When
yeah?
I first,
shit.
the first trip I ever went on, he's just like,
Why?
I think or what he told me was, he's like, dude, you were just too nice. And like, I thought you were just fake as fuck.
Mm.
And I just didn't like that. I'm like, man, you fake motherfucker trying to suck everyone's dick or whatever. He's like, but Moose, man, I'm so sorry, bro. Like, after a while, I realized you're just nice, dude. You're just nice. And I'm like, I remember he told me that. I was just like, yeah, dude, like, thank you. Like,
Yeah.
I like you still, like, you know? Like,
It's like, nigga, I'm sorry, I guess.
yeah.
Nah, I used to go to the Dirty a lot growing up, and I knew Antoine from there. Bro, the way they practice at the Dirty, it was him, Theodis, Furby, fucking crazy and shit like that. But I've seen that nigga lit before, bro.
Yeah,
You
dude.
get a little scary.
And I was telling my homie yesterday, I skated with him yesterday. And like, I was telling him, like, dude, it's crazy is like, this is the first, like, when we first started skating recently, I was like, this is the first time I've actually had a sesh with him and skated a spot. Because the whole time I was on Deathwish, he was just fucked up all the time. You know, like he kind of did skate, but not really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I was like, that's crazy.
Didn't he suck a nigga in a plane? Airplane?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's why I went to jail.
Easy. You got another question?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I kind of asked, just like, did you have like a go-to person you'd skate with on Deathwish, like someone you liked skating with a lot?
Well, the first trip I went on with them was a Baker Deathwish thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the whole Baker team and Deathwish, and like the Otis and me were just like this. You know what I
that's
mean?
dope.
That was my boy. It's still my boy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But and then just everyone was really cool, man. I loved everybody. You know, like I
That's
was
good
just
to hear.
I was just a happy little guy,
That's
just going on his
amazing.
first trip with this big brand, like just like, oh, I love everybody, whatever. And like they're all super cool with me and everything. But like I think later on, after Antoine, we got a little closer. He was just like, it's like my big brother.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's my guy, you know?
That's dope.
How would the trips be though? Like, so you be in a van, right?
Nope.
And then hotels, like,
It
would
was,
it be one hotel, multiple, or
dude,
budgeted?
I mean, it was cool. It was cool because it's like we all had our own rooms with like 2 people each, but we'd all just mobbed one. And
Oh,
just
that's
hang out in
fire.
the one room. I remember this one trip. I don't even remember where the fuck we were, but the hotel room had doors that went to every other room,
Yeah.
and you could keep them locked, and we unlocked them all.
Yeah.
And we're just like walk through
That's
this
fire.
big every room. And we're all just like there'd be room like there's Theotis on his laptop. All right, cool, Theotis, go over here, and there's fucking Figgy and John Dixon just doing their thing, rolling spliffs, and you go to the other one, and everybody's there, and it's like, oh, what's up, guys?
Damn.
It was pretty fun,
Fire,
dude.
bro.
It was cool.
That's super sick.
Good memories.
So what happened with the whole situation?
With Deathwish?
Yeah.
Shit, man. Well, you know, it's kind of like one of those. Like, to be honest, it was a lot my fault, and them also kind of being like it was a 2-sided sword, you know, or double-sided sword. Like, I don't know. Okay, so what happened was it's like Anton was like my big brother.
Yeah.
Every time we went on a trip, and like it's really crazy. I've never told. I kind of don't want to say that. But.
Nah, you ain't got to. You ain't got to. You ain't got to
Alright.
spill the beans on that.
So basically, like, I looked up to Antoine, and he told me some things, and like me and him we were close, bro. Like, like Antoine, he was pretty gangster, you know, and like I grew up in Oxnard. I don't know if anyone knows about Oxnard, but I grew up with a lot of gangsters. Like, some of my best friends are still like kind of the craziest thugs I've ever known, you know.
Yeah.
But like, and it's like I kind of got the same vibe. And like one thing about a gangster, bro, is like, yeah, they're fucking crazy, but it's like when you're like on their good side, they're just straight up, straightforward, and they're all about it. And like when they love you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how I looked at Antoine. I'm like, man, that's my big bro, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like he got kicked off like right after that first trip.
Damn.
So on the next trip that I went on, he just wasn't there. And it just felt so weird, man. And like everything he told me and was just like, dude, I got you. I'm right here with you, you know? I just felt weird. I remember that's how it kind of started. I just felt like, fuck, man, like Antoine's not here. And I got kind of like a little like, at first I didn't care, you know? I was just like, oh, you know, I love everybody. But like after that, I was just like, man, I got kind of a little sad, you know? I went on the trip a little sad. And
That's your boy.
I started putting out that vibe though. Like I was just like, kind of like, I don't know, bummed a little bit. And like little by little, I saw that it started to just kind of like actually affect me being on the team a little bit, you know? But in my head, I was just like, you know what? If I just keep skating really hard and all this shit, like it'll all be good, you know? And like, and then I started being like, you know what? I want to skate more with my homies because that's like, I got more love from my boys back at home than I did on the team, you know? And like, I'd see the way these dudes would treat other people too, and that would trip me out. It's like everyone was cool with me, but then I see like people how they act with their kid, like even just fans and shit. Like I seen them push kids, like get the fuck out of here, just assholes, and it was just kind of weird, you know. And I'm like, I could be in that crowd and like just be like act like I'm all fucking Hollywood or just like all, you know. And it's just like, but it just didn't feel right, you know. I'm like, I gotta be like comfortable. So I ended up just sticking with my homies, hanging out with my homies more. They wanted me to move out to LA and like be a part of their, like basically just let everything go and be that. And I'm just like, I don't know if I could do that, you know? Like, I love you. You guys are cool. You guys are cool to me, you know what I mean? I had nothing against anybody, you know? But it's just like, I didn't have that love, that real love, you know? And I felt more comfortable being at home. And in my eyes, I'm like, you know what? As long as I'm shredding and still skating really good and giving them footage and doing everything, showing up to the like events and all that, like,
As it should be.
It should be good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Business is still rolling, you know? But they weren't with it. It's like, nah, man, like, we don't want that.
That's crazy to me. The team really had a big say in being sponsored when it's like, yo, you still putting the work in, you still giving footage. Like you say, you still showing up to the events. But it's like, just because you're not around them, because you feel uncomfortable, they want to act like that.
It's kind of weird, dude.
That's fucking weird. You a real ass nigga, bro. I didn't know all that. That's fucking crazy.
I gotta stay true to myself, man. You know, at the end of the day, it's like I gotta be happy. And being around them, I wasn't the happiest I knew I could be.
And you could have slowly turned into some just like them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And like, look at the team now. Yeah. Half the team's gone. It's only like the big wigs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No loyalty over there.
It's like all these skate teams are going to recycle you anyway. So if you're not happy in the first place, what's the point of being around? They're just gonna...
You know what I hate the most, bro? Is when they tell you, like, we're family. Like, Deathwish for life, no matter what. And then not anymore, you know? I hate that. It's just, I've heard that too many times.
Did you ever get it tatted?
I did get it tatted.
Yeah.
But you know what? People always ask me, like, do you regret that? Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, shit, it's right there?
Yeah. Do you want to cover it? I'm like, you know what, man? No, because this shit's a memory, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I love this tattoo because it reminds me of all those good times. Like, as much as you can hate, or I could think of like what could have been different, what you guys could have done differently. Like they gave me a good time. I am who I am because of them. You know what I mean? People still know me because of what Deathwish did for me. Put me out there and did all this shit. So like, I love them still.
I love that.
I love every single one of them, bro.
That's good.
Bro,
That's
you
good,
you still humble towards him and everything, bro.
We're all human, bro.
Hey, y'all skate niggas gotta get y'all shit together, bro. Y'all fumbling the bag on some good people.
Like you said you just saw them the other day at Jaquan.
Oh yeah, dude.
Good.
Yeah, I went to Jaquan yesterday. Started skating. I saw the whole squad. I saw Ellington. Fucking Anton was there. Fucking who else was there? There was a bunch of people, but they all just came up to me, smiles, bro.
That's
just
good.
like, Moose, how you doing, man? Like Ellington was kind of shocked me a little bit because I hadn't seen him in a long time. You know, I run into Antoine all the time. You know, but like Ellington was just, he went out of his way to be like, "What up, Moose?" And I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like
that's fire.
It was cool, man. It was dope.
I forgot about Ellington for a minute, bro. He's sick as hell.
Hell yeah.
I think it was crazy. So did your family support your skateboarding growing up? Or was it struggles?
Not at first.
Nah.
So I grew up in like a very old school Mexican family. And like, I'm first generation America.
Yeah.
My parents grew up from Mexico. They basically found their way to come to America. Although that, my dad's story is crazy because he like was like dirt poor by himself since 13 years old. You know, growing up, he was just dirt broke. Just like when he was 13 years old, his dad passed away. Mom couldn't fucking afford to keep them all, and he basically told all his kids like, "Hey, like we can't live. Go into the city and work, and find your way." So they all split up. My dad's been working since he was 13 till whatever. And like, came to America and like tried, and he told me it took him 6 tries to try to get to America. Like he'd try every time and get caught, kicked back out to Mexico, and kept blah, blah, blah. And eventually he just like was able to get here and fucking survived. And it's pretty crazy, dude. But like that's the family, like, you know what I mean? So he's super old school and super all about work, you know? So like when it came to me and like how they supported me with skating, at first to them it was just like stupid. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? You're putting all this time into fucking trying to like flip a piece of wood with wheels. Like, dude, get a real job. Like, go work. You know what I mean? And like at the time it did bum me out. But now I look back at it and I'm like, they didn't know any better. You know what I mean? Like to them, this was like getting here and working and having a job was like, we made it kind of thing, you know? But the thing is I grew up here because of them. And I see how the world can be and what we can accomplish. And like, so I was just like, I got to get my hands on this like higher thing, you know? And it's crazy because in a way we're the same. Because like I have this big drive with everything, man. And like my dad was always really big on just like, you always just stay straightforward. Don't ever lie. Don't ever, you know what I mean? You just say how it is. And like people don't like it, fuck them. You know what I mean? But be that way. And like I am the way I am because of my father and my mother. But yeah, they did not support me at all with skateboarding.
Damn,
But
that's crazy.
I remember you saying your sister supported you a lot. Like she'd sneak your board into your room and stuff.
Yeah, dude. So like, that's probably the only reason. Yeah, that's the only reason why I am, or everything worked out how it did.
Wait, she would sneak your board into the room?
Dude, so like so what happened was one time I went to go skate. My dad was so pissed off about it, he took my board away. He's like, stop doing that shit. Start thinking about real shit, you know? My sister at the time, just like, you know, she grew up here too, you know? But she's older than me.
Okay.
And she saw something in me. She's like, and she was working at Taco Bell at the time, dude. She used her paycheck to buy me a brand new complete.
Those ain't cheap.
Yeah, dude.
Those ain't cheap.
And she's working at Taco Bell, bro. Working at Taco Bell. She must have been like 16, dude.
Oh,
you know
my
what I mean?
God.
Like just her first job. She's like, here, I bought you a skateboard. Go skate. And before dad gets home, hide it back in my room. All right. So that way I could skate while like he had my board just locked up in his room.
Oh my God, she amazing. What
Dude,
the fuck?
I fucking love her so
I
much.
wish I had that.
I love my sister.
Damn.
She like is the main reason why I just kept going, you know?
I feel you. I had a similar situation like that with my grandparents. That's why I was like, I wish I had that support. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And she was in the background of the back 3 flip clip.
Yeah, yeah.
She
That's
was
true.
there?
Yeah, if you guys watch the back 3 flip on 99 Cent Doc, they're sitting down just eating food while I back 3 past them. Back 3 flip.
That's fucking fire, bro. I
So
love the
funny.
support. So you had to sneak the board in between him working.
Yeah.
Where would you skate? Just in front of your house or?
Oh, I'd go skate. I'd be like,
Just
how much
you-
time do I got? I got like 2 hours. All right, after school and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, let's go. Boom, just skate whatever I wanted to. Well, there was like a mani pad down the street. I
Okay.
usually skate that.
Yeah, that must have been scary as fuck. Were you ever late at all or almost late?
No. I was on point, dude. Every time.
What do you think would have happened if he caught you?
Oh, he would just been pissed at both of us.
Yeah.
And like my dad, like at the time he was drinking like really heavy.
Yeah.
So he would have gone scary, mad.
Oh, no, that's very scary.
Yeah.
Damn,
That's
bro.
why I had to be on point.
Like, you been through a lot of shit, bro. You hella positive and happy. That's
Amen.
fucking crazy.
Yeah. What is it? I'm a rose growing out of the concrete.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit, did you have any more questions before I get to my next ones? I feel like we have a super fan
Yeah.
that's excited to ask you some
Take your
shit.
time,
Well,
Jeff. Take your time. You know.
Okay.
Ask me whatever, bro.
I mean, I don't know if you know this or not, but we actually shared a sponsor for a slight bit. I was on Filament at the end.
Really?
And yeah, I was so stoked to get on because I'm like, oh, Moose is on team. He has a pro shoe. Like, fucking just send me those. Like, and actually, I skated your shoe a lot, dude. It was a good fucking shoe.
Dude, I designed that shit.
So,
Oh, yeah?
I designed it
Dude.
like what I'm wearing right now.
Dude,
the best that I
Fire.
could.
no bullshit, bro. Like, I saved the last pair of your shoe. I still have it.
You still have them.
It's used, but I still have them.
That's
Damn,
crazy.
that's cool, man.
Actually, dude, I filmed some segment at the barracks in them. It was like my Who is Jeff One song. I filmed that in your shoe. Yeah. And anyway, I was just going to
That's cool,
ask,
man.
like, how did that whole Filament thing come about and like why, like, I mean, I kind of know what happened towards the end, but
First,
I mean-
explain what Filament was for the people who don't know. Like you.
Oh, shit. Well, yeah, Filament was a new shoe brand. Fuck, I forgot the dude that started it. I forgot his name.
Tim Gavin.
Tim Gavin. That was his name. Yeah, Tim Gavin. And I'm pretty sure he like started Lakai.
No, DVS.
DVS, that's right. He started DVS and decided to start a new shoe brand and obviously had a big like backing towards it and probably had the funds and everything and wanted me to be a part of it. I'm just like, fuck yeah, dude. Like,
So he just like hit you up randomly.
yeah. It was just like, dude, I want to put you on the team, do blah, 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 whatever. That was the first shoe sponsor I was ever on that actually wanted to give me a shoe.
What were you doing for shoes like when that happened?
I was just floating, dude. Like I said, it was flow here, flow that. Like, oh, we might fuck with you. And like, I remember Deathwish tried to get me on DC. So I was skating with a DC team for a little bit, but for some reason it just didn't work out, which is weird. But
Did you like DC? Did you like their shoes?
they had some shoes that worked,
Okay.
but I wouldn't say they were my favorite, but they worked.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I can see. Man, you should have been on America.
Dude, I
Bruh,
love America.
America's
Always loved it.
crazy.
I always, when you said you were getting shoes from Super, I could definitely see that happen.
Oh yeah.
It just made sense. Like, it's like the whole Deathwish team at the time.
Yeah, but for some reason, I mean, like I said, when audio went out of business, I feel like a lot of companies was just yanking my chain. And I think it might have just been like, you know, I look back at like other pro skaters and stuff and people that I know, you know, that are killing it right now. And like, they always had like representation. They'd get an agent or something to like do everything. And like, I never did that. And I feel like that might have been a part of why people would always be yanking my chain. It's like, oh, he doesn't know what the fuck's going on, you know? Like,
I remember trying to do that and Element and shit was looking at me crazy. Like, what the fuck? You have a like a manager you talking about?
Yeah, a manager.
I thought skateboarding would look down on that.
I don't know, man. I mean, that's just what I noticed. You know what I mean? And like, I just always thought it was stupid. I'm like, fuck that. But, you know, I had such a naive mind, dude.
So
I feel you 100%.
So you get on Filament. Did they offer you a pro shoe right away? Or like that just like happened?
I think it was, like an immediate thing. Just like, we want you to be on Filament. We're going to have you a pro shoe, blah, blah, blah. And that was really cool, dude. Because like they had like this dude that used to work for Nike. He was going to China back and forth, getting materials and showing me like, he brought a shoe that was like halfway cut through the middle and being like, so these are the materials we're using. You want this and that? I'm like, whoa, this is cool. Yeah, I don't know. Just, actually, I tried to replicate the Antoine Dixons on Supra.
Oh, wow.
I remember when I got on Supra, and I'm very particular with my shoes.
Yeah.
I hated every single shoe on Supra. I couldn't skate them. I remember they sent me like 12 pairs, all different, to see which ones I liked. Yeah. And I hated every single one until I got to the last pair, the 12th pair, which were the Antoine Dixons.
Damn.
And I put them on. I'm like, I already lost hope. I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to be able to skate these shoes. I put on those Dixons, dude. The best shoe I've ever skated. Probably better than these ones.
I had a pair,
shoe, dude.
I had a pair of those back in the day. They were a good shoe.
You watched my Deathwish part. I'm wearing nothing but Antoine Dixon Supras.
Wow.
Every single one.
Did those do good? Like, were people buying those?
I mean, I think so, just on his name alone.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? A lot of people don't know this, but if you ever watch my Deathwish part, when I do Nollie Hill back grind down Wilshire 10, that day on my way home, I was driving home. And at the time, I was kind of like talking to a girl a little bit. She basically set me up. She set me up, and I had to stab 2 motherfuckers that night.
Dude, I
stabbed the fuck out of 2 dudes.
I heard you say this story somewhere, but I kind of forget like what happened.
So, and this all comes back to the Antoine Dixon shoe. Anyways, but I Nollie Hill background to that, and then on my way home, these girls were trying to tell me basically like they were stranded and shit. Like, hey, we're stranded. Like, there were more homegirls, but there was one that I had like a crush on or whatever.
And you were talking to her?
I was talking.
So you kind of had
talking for a little bit.
You had some trust in
Not
her?
even that, dude. Like, I was cool with their families. Like, we were pretty close.
Shit.
Like, they were like my homies.
That's scary.
Driving home, they're like, hey, we're stranded at the beach, blah, blah, blah. We need someone to pick me up. And I already thought it was kind of weird. Like, why don't I just walk home or something, you know? It's like, no, we need you to come get us, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and I was so tired, dude. Nollie Hill background. Like, I was skating all day, you know? I'm like, fuck, I don't really want to. I'm pretty tired. I just want to go home and sleep. Like, no, please. I'm like, fuck, I guess. I remember driving to this cul-de-sac, picking them up. They all jump in my car and they're like, I was like, all right, you want me to take you home or what? It's like, no, let's just chill for a little bit. And then all of a sudden, these 2 dudes just start banging on my windows. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, what the fuck is, get the fuck out the car. And these 2 girls are just like, oh my God, split. And they just open the doors and dip. At the time, I didn't realize that was weird.
Yeah,
I was just like looking at these 2 guys fucking banging my windows. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? So I opened the door. In my head, they were like hood looking dudes. So I'm like, you know what? Just play along. You know what I mean? Like,
of course.
I get out the car. Immediately, I'm already analyzing as they're like, hey, where's your shit at, motherfucker? What's in your pockets? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, my wallet's in the car, bro. I don't know anything, blah, blah, blah. It's all over there. And I'm just keeping it cool. I'm watching these dudes and I'm like, no gun, no knife. All right, fuck this. I pull out my knife. Boom. Grab the dude in the headlock. I'm like, boom. I went like this. And I'm like, bro, you fuck with me, I'll fucking stab you, all right? Leave me the fuck alone. And I thought that they would just be like, all right, chill. No. I went like this. The other homie just comes and clocks me. Boom.
Oh,
and
that
I fall
nigga
on the
brave.
ground. And I'm just like, fuck. And they start jumping me. And at the time, I remember still being scared while they're hitting me. I'm like, oh, I don't want to stab him. Fuck it. So I went one time, and like I had a brand new knife, dude. I just remember my palm just hitting skin. I'm like, boom. And then I stopped, and they're just still going. I'm like, fuck it. And I just started swinging, dude.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. And I must have stuck the first dude like 4 or 5 times. And then I stuck the other dude in the arm, and he was just like, oh, fuck. And he finally realized, like, oh, shit. After that, he backed off, and I must have stabbed the dude. Like, the other dude was, like, swinging, but he was like this. So I'm like, oh, he's dazed. And I just started, motherfucker, started hitting him. Other dudes grabbing him, trying to pull him away. Like, they're like, oh, and I'm just hitting them. I'm just, like, so heated. And I remember after that, I got up, and, like, I've seen homies, like, initiate people, like, fuck this fool up, and you're in the gang, you know, kind of thing. So I'm like, I don't take any chances. I can't. So I just ran to my car, got in the car, and I started driving off. And I looked around. I'm like, what the fuck? And they were all peer pong homies. So I was just like, Oxnard motherfucker, fuck you.
Wait, well, what they say it was?
Peer pong.
I thought you said beer pong.
No, beer pong. Peer pong.
What's peer pong?
It's a fucking little white town in Ventura. Yeah, Ventura.
So these are white dudes, or?
Yeah, one was a 17-year-old white kid and a 38-year-old Mexican dude.
That's such an odd couple.
I know, dude.
The fuck?
So at the time, I get in my car and I start driving, and I get so just like, fuck, like then it all hits me. I'm like, fuck, I just stabbed like motherfuckers right now, and I'm driving.
Scary.
And I'm like, do I just drive straight to fucking Mexico right now, or do I fucking call the cops? And I'm like shaking. I'm like, call the cops. They attacked me, you know, like fuck that. Yeah, I'm gonna call the cops. I went to the gas station I saw. I go in there, and I didn't realize my whole fucking shirt was full of blood. And I remember I grabbed a knife, and it was so dark, full of blood. I'm like, oh fuck! I put it in my pocket, and I walked up to the cashier, and I'm like super polite, like, excuse me, do you have a phone I could use? And she's just like, what? I'm like, I know, it looks crazy. I got attacked. Can I use your phone, please? 911, told him the whole thing, and then hung up. And then I went to the restroom while I waited for him, and I remember just pulling a knife out. I'm like, oh fuck! I got nervous and just threw it in the trash. And I was
that was smart. Yeah.
So I come out, the cops come, and as the cops like come up to me, I see an ambulance going to where I was. And I'm like, fuck, dude, like, oh, what's going on here? The cop immediately is just like, hey, did you stab anyone tonight? And I'm like, fuck. Oh God, dude, my heart dropped. I'm like, yeah. Dude. So I start telling him the whole story and whatever, and like, basically the only reason why I got out of it is because right after that happened, the girls called the ambulance being like, my homie got stabbed, my friend got stabbed, and they started questioning them. And I remember they put me in their cop car. I went to the station, and they put me in this interrogation room, and they're just like, just wait here. And I was in that room for an hour, dude, just sitting there just like, well, I might do some time. Fuck it, it's my time, here I go. You know, just sitting there, dude. These fucking investigators come into the room, and they're just like, hey man, your friends, you might want to delete them off Facebook because they're not really your friends. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like over here being like, so much going through my head. I'm like, what? He's like, they set you up, man. Like they fucking totally, they ended up fucking confessing because the two stories didn't add up. Oh, so if I had called the cops, like I might have gotten in trouble for something, you know what I mean? It was crazy, man. But that was Nolly Hill background.
But how does that go back to the Antoine shoe?
Oh, that's right. Hold on. I forgot about it.
Wait, hold on. He said, but no, that was Nolly Hill background on Wilshire 10.
That was that night.
So I still want to speak on it. All right, so did that make you, I don't want to laugh at this part, but that make you paranoid for a minute?
No.
To trust people?
No. I mean, trust people, maybe a little bit. But I remember also, like, the investigators came up to me like, hey, if you need anything or anything, well, I'm like, I'm good, dude. I thought I was going to jail for fucking years. Like, I'm okay. Like,
that's fucking crazy.
And it sucked, bro, because, like, I remember after that was all done, you got to walk out the fucking entrance, right? And I walk out the entrance, and I see all their families, bro. Everyone was there. They all just looked at me, and we made eye contact, and they just put their heads down, and I'm like, fuck. And I just walked out.
Man,
so wait, did
the Antoine shoe?
No, yeah, well that too. But like, did their families know they were trying to set you up, or they thought like y'all were like friends for real?
No, I would go over to their house all the time. We were really cool.
So their parents were like,
I love their parents.
So
I still talk to them till this day.
So their parents were like disappointed in them, not you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they
okay.
knew what happened. They knew what happened.
Oh shit.
Like we all kind of looked at each other and just like, damn. Like,
That's
yeah.
crazy. You're cool with their parents, but like, what happened to them? Like, what?
I mean, I just don't talk to them anymore. I don't know.
That's so awkward and weird.
It was just an interesting situation. But back to the
shoe,
Antoine
the
shoe.
shoe.
So when the whole squabble happened, I was scrapping dude and everything, whatever, stabbing him. My shoe fell off, and it was the Antoine shoe that I nollie heel back right in Wilshire with. And I just remember when it all ended, I was like, hey, can I get my other shoe back? And they're like, sorry, we need that for evidence. And I'm like, really? And I just put them on that day. So I was like, they're still fresh, bro. I want that other shoe back. They never gave it back to me.
Wow.
I walked home with one shoe, or I drove home.
That's a crazy ass fucking story, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm glad that got said on here. That's wild.
For anyone watching my Deathwish part, Nolly Hill background on Wilshire Town. Remember that?
That's amazing. All right, we gonna wrap this up. I did want to ask you about. Did we speak on your YouTube channel yet? No.
No.
Yeah.
Wait.
So, what you want?
Before it, I don't know if I should. I have one question we kind of talked about in the car.
Go ahead.
So, forgive me if I'm wrong, but weren't you in What's Up Rockers?
No.
You weren't? Oh, I feel
Nope.
like an asshole
I'm so
now.
happy I didn't ask that question.
I don't even. You know what's funny is so many people have asked me that question, and I have no idea what the fuck that is. Till this day, I never watched
don't?
it.
It's some movie.
I have no idea what What's Up Rockers is.
It's some movie about. I don't even really know. I saw it one
You seem
time.
like you'll be in it. I ain't gonna lie to you, especially with that story you just fucking told us.
Apparently.
You should have been in that movie. Nigga. Now let's ask you though. What got you into doing YouTube?
My buddy Bert, my filmer.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I kind of tried to start doing it on my own with my buddy Malibu.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, let's just do it and see what happens, you know? But like, there was no motivation. It was like, yeah, we'll film here and there. We'll try it out, whatever. My buddy Bert was actually just like, hey man, like, let's fucking do that. Let's just do
Hey, Bert,
it.
come show your face.
Yeah, Bert, come over here, Bert.
Shout out Bert.
We
Come
gotta
over
shout
here.
him out.
You know, every soldier needs a fucking rifle. That's my rifle right here. Yeah, done. Love you, man. I
And
love
again,
you.
before
It's my
we-
boy. It's my boy. Hell
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Before we continue too, this is his second camera and shit. He helped us out with this and whatnot. We didn't have an extra light, so got a little dark right now, but shit is cool. Great conversation. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
But yeah.
I'll let you do your thing.
All right. But so he's the guy that actually pushed me to do it. I mean, honestly, what actually made me want to do it is he offered to film it all. And I'm just like, less work for me? Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, it's always about a 10.
And then it just kind of started, it's kind of working out. So I'm just like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, let's keep it going. And like, we push each other too. Like, there's days where I'm just like, let's do this, let's do that. And then he's just like, let's do this, let's do that. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
How often are you dropping?
I would love to drop once a week, but you know, with work and everything, like, and then he has work too. Like,
That's true.
we got to just make it work the best we can.
Yeah.
And like, my goal is to be able to quit my job so I could do this full time.
You were telling me, hold on. Again, we a one-band man. Well, today we're not a one-band man, but we try to set up right now. My camera keep fucking turning.
One man band.
Whatever.
You say it backwards every time. It makes no sense.
Whatever. Jeff's camera keep fucking turning off.
It hates me.
Boom.
More
Hey,
triple flips, dog.
this is a good vlog we got on in the background, eh?
It's Jeff in the
Dang.
background.
No, this is the past like 20 minutes. It's been me and you on the screen.
That's cool, man.
Yeah,
Nah,
dude,
so-
I need to come out and do more vlogs with you, dude.
100%. I need to
got
as
it.
well, bro. So you said, we was talking earlier, you said your day in the life, talking about your job and stuff, got
Yeah.
the most views. Like how quickly was it? What was the views again?
That was crazy, dude. Like, so like we weren't really getting that many views. I mean, John Hill gave us a little bump when he did that interview with me, but like, we did a video, it's a normal vlog, you know, but
Yeah.
I just like decided to just put me working at Home Depot afterward. Hiding the camera in the corner while I was working, like, so my boss wouldn't get mad. Just trying to get some clips of me working, and for some reason, dude, it just like got 170,000 views,
That's genius.
And, like,
That's
and it-
amazing.
and it got us like 6,000 subscribers.
Wow.
I was just like, what?
Which is hard to get subscribers on YouTube nowadays, y'all. It's not as easy as it is because people don't have to subscribe to watch your videos anymore. It just pops up for you. So that's fucking impressive as shit.
It blew my mind too, man. I was tripping.
Yeah.
It was cool though.
Fuck yeah, man. Look, that being said, y'all, one, I would like to have you on here again because I feel like we have a lot more to talk about.
Fuck yeah,
I
dude.
feel like, bro, I know people go comment, Jeff got all the facts. I'm like,
I'm
yo.
a skate nerd, dude. I know everything about, I don't know everything, but I got a lot of skate history and a lot of shit I always wanted to know about people. So,
Fuck yeah, dude.
So we could bring you back on when we speak to him as well. That being said, y'all, everything is in the description. His Instagram, his YouTube. Is there anything else you want to say before we log off?
Like and subscribe.
Like and
805.
fucking subscribe.
Please and thank you.
Yeah.
111. Thank you guys for watching.